Here we go. Welcome to Heartland Radio 2.0.
Woo!
This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, our very good friends at SeatGeek. Buying tickets can be complicated and confusing, but not with SeatGeek. It's a simpler way to buy. SeatGeek is the smartest, easiest way to get tickets to every type of live event, whether you're catching your favorite musician on tour, shopping for the perfect gift, or searching for a last-minute deal to see your favorite team. SeatGeek helps you find the best seats at the best prices to help you immediately identify the best bang for your buck. You got $100 to spend? Here's the best seats for your $100. That's what they do. They search all the other ticket buying platforms and find you the best value for your money. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed. So you shop for tickets on SeatGeek with complete confidence each and every time. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code Heartland today. That's promo code Heartland for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. If it sounds like I'm losing my voice, it's because I am.
What happened, Todd?
God.
I emceed a fundraising event last night
did
in
you?
Indianapolis for an athletic booster club thing for Southport High School.
There we go.
450 people in that place. It was jam-packed. It was an awesome event. Those people party. But I was on a microphone for probably 4.5 hours. Helping auction things off, keep the flow of the thing moving. I had no idea what was going on. Luckily, the guy running the thing was awesome. He was right there. He would just feed me things to say, this is what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And I would just run with it. But it was crazy, man. I am almost voiceless.
Is that your first time doing something like that?
I'd done it a little bit. One time, Pat and I kind of co-did it for a thing for the Colts or somebody affiliated with the Colts doing it. And I've done it for my sister's charity like 3 years in a row. So I'd done it before, but this was a fairly good size one. It was just all on me. And the key component of this was they have a reverse raffle they ran.
Okay.
Right? So they put like people that bought chances for this $5,000 cash prize that you could buy up to maybe like, let's say, I don't know, for instance, 6 opportunities. So your name would go up on a board just randomly, and your tickets were numbered or whatever. So the reverse raffle, like 20 ticket blocks, I would read off names and they would pull them off the board. You're out of the drawing, right? Well, I asked him beforehand. I'm like, does this mean I'm going to need my reading glasses? So I'm going to be reading a lot. And he goes, yeah, probably. So I brought the reading glasses. I was prepared. I was dressed up. So
Attaboy.
reading glasses.
There you go,
fit.
Todd.
Come on, Todd.
But the tickets were red, and the names written very big, but people would. There was like 3 different people writing the names on there. One person, very neat, very big print. One person, not bad, cursive, but big. Another person that wrote like a doctor. So and some names, even written legibly, are hard to pronounce.
Absolutely.
I'm having to guess. I'm slaughtering people's names. So then I got to make that a whole bit. And then the ticket number, they required me, the guys behind me running the board, required me to read the ticket number because that's how they would find the name.
Yeah.
And the ticket number was like size 5 font. And because there were dark red tickets, man, it was tough. Even my reading glasses, I'm like holding it in the light, had to get it just right to be able to read it. I'm getting numbers wrong all the time. They're like, that's not the right number. And I'm like, I don't know. It's an 8 or a 6. I don't know. Just pick the name that's in that area and pull it off. But it kind of helped make it fun, I guess. I don't know how many names were on there, but I would like get rid of 100 at a time.
Really?
Like 5 blocks of 20. Yeah, it was crazy. Money was going out left and right. These people, these fundraisers for Southport High School here in Indianapolis, they do it right. It was good to see because a lot of those events can be so stiff.
Yeah.
So sterile because everybody's worried about offending people or whatever. The principal was there, the assistant principal. Both, by the way, did not look over 22 years old. I don't know what's happening to the education system, but good for them. And then all the teachers, coaches, and then moms and dads. And it was a big party. They went through 10 kegs of beer.
Oh.
They had to run and get more kegs to bring in here. And it was refreshing to see because those people work hard to keep, athletic programs going and stuff with all the cutbacks now or whatever. And this whole thing funds, it fills holes that the school budget can't fill for stuff, for extra stuff. And it was like, basically, it was more like hey, this is a big thank you party to everybody. Let's just get trashed. There's lots of good food. Let's pass out some money.
Yep.
And raise some money for the program at the same time. I was impressed. I
good
was
for
worried
you,
about
Todd.
it.
Good for you.
Absolutely, Todd. Was it just cash prizes
Way to give
here?
back.
Or were there any trips
No,
they were giving away?
you could bid on prizes. They had like vacation.
You're a big
getaways.
Chinese auction guy, huh?
A huge Chinese auction guy.
What is a Chinese auction?
Oh, really?
Dude.
I don't know what it is. Maybe I know
where
what it is.
you
I still don't know
you've
the
done
name.
it. We did it at Pat's golf outing. It's where you see the prize and you put your ticket in the bag in front of the prize, and then they pull the ticket out of the bag, and then if it's your ticket, you get that item.
You win.
Why is it Chinese?
That's what it was. Because I pulled
That's
all
Chinese
those
auction.
tickets.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how they used to do it.
Or silent auction, Chinese auction, whatever.
Yeah.
What's it?
Oh, I don't understand why it's Chinese.
They
you know what?
invented it evidently.
Yeah.
Just like the finger trap.
Well, you're not going to
And fireworks.
source
Oh,
the
finger
credit. You're not
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
credit.
No, you
Did
should.
you want us to
but-
plagiarize the auction?
Well, no, I always heard of it as a silent auction, but why do the silent people get turned on?
Oh, so you think this is
Turned on?
against the
Turned
deaf?
on?
That's because the Chinese monks were the ones that founded it.
Because they're silent.
and they
They're
didn't
quiet.
speak.
Yeah.
That's why.
So you thought we were either offending the mutes
Yes.
or the Chinese?
Yeah. So.
Which I'd much rather offend the mutes because
Whoa.
their voice doesn't carry as
They're
much
not-
weight.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
It's true.
They're not going to yell at you.
Sad but true.
It was
I'm gonna
cool.
write you a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
that no one's gonna read.
Fucking strongly worded letters to their governors.
There was a dance off they wanted me to do with two tables.
You were to dance?
No, I was hosting it. So I had needed 2 tables of volunteers. So you had to have all 8 people at your table volunteer to compete in order to get there. So they got 2 tables together. One group cheated. These girls went out and they got 2 from each table. Just gathered up all their friends basically.
that's
But
cheating.
there was no other table, so we let them in. But they were like, "Oh yeah, man, we're about to rock this," and it's all girls or attractive ladies. I'm like, "Oh, they're gonna crush this group," and this group had a lot of guys in it. And the one guy, they pulled him in at the last minute. Literally had to pull him from his table to even participate, and he was the school cop.
Oh.
This guy destroyed the other team. He just took over the entire competition to the point when we did the clap off with the crowd, the girls had like 3 people clap. It was like and then the place erupted for the other group. I was like, how embarrassing for you ladies. This cop just schooled you.
Was he just all enthusiasm, or was he an actual incredible dancer?
You know what it was? And this is not a derogatory term at all.
Seems like it's going to be.
The stupid dance like Will Smith used to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just like stupid moves, but also you can tell, oh, this person's athletic. You know
it
what I
was
mean?
Carlton. It was
Yeah, Carlton,
Yeah.
more like Carlton. And he did that, and it was hilarious. And but also, he can move. He's got some moves, obviously.
Did he pull out his gun on the crowds to cheer for him?
No, I wish he would have.
By the way, speaking of Will Smith,
fundraiser pop.
we're going to talk about Eddie Murphy later.
Yeah.
Are we talking about? Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Uh-huh.
There was a video going around on the internet this weekend. It was Will Smith, and they were on the lot, like the same lot as they were doing Welcome to America 2.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 2 and Welcome to America 2 are basically on the same lot.
Jesus.
So it was Will Smith, and then everyone. It was Eddie Murphy, and then everyone from that movie, and then obviously Martin Lawrence and stuff like that and Will Smith brought everyone together, and you could tell everyone hates Will Smith on that set. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw that
really?
video.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was like, "Get the fuck away from me," pretty much, and Will Smith was doing this very annoying laugh.
Egomaniac, dude.
Yeah, it was very telling.
I know this is tough for you to hear, Todd, but the tides are turning.
Yeah,
And
well-
eventually you're going to come on board.
If Eddie Murphy feels that way,
Yeah.
I kind of have to go with my boy, Eddie
Will
Murphy.
Smith came onto their lot and was like, "Eddie, come out of that trailer," blah blah blah. And then Eddie was walked out of his trailer and was like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Hey, Will, we're filming a movie here. We don't have time for your bullshit. Your
Pretty
goofy
much,
bullshit.
it was pretty telling.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't.
That sucks. But Eddie Murphy's a G, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got to go with whatever Eddie's feeling. Yeah.
He knows. See your corny ass.
Saw right through
Instagram
it.
story.
Saw right through it.
I'm trying to make a movie.
I went venue hunting this weekend.
Oh, Tony.
for the
Now
wedding.
we're
You
talking.
You guys wasted no time.
Wedding planning stinks. Well, so we either had to do it in August before football season starts next year because of our job, or wait until the next May or June because of weather and shit like that. And,
Here's maybe a more important question.
yeah,
Location.
downtown here.
Oh, in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
We're looking out for the people here. It makes it easier for here.
Okay.
People from Pittsburgh, they can travel.
Just do it in Kilroy's. It'll be open by then.
As far as money wise, I'm probably gonna reach out to them and be like, "Hey, what's the cheapest we could possibly do?" Because these places, the audacity to put out the prices that they put out,
Yeah.
it's fucking highway robbery.
Oh yeah.
I can't even imagine
It's absurd.
what it is right
Out of your 3 weddings, what was the best place?
My first one, Bailey's mom, and her parents funded the whole thing, so I didn't really
Nice.
have
There
to
you
worry
go.
about it. But they belonged to a country club in Franklin, Indiana, so the reception was there. The marriage ceremony, was at our Catholic church, Shelbyville, and then it's like
Look
a
at
20-minute
you. Nice
drive
Catholic
to the
boy you are,
Yeah.
Todd.
Todd.
and full hour mass. By the way,
Oh
the wedding.
boy, that will not be
It's
happening.
tough.
At
Those are
Tony's.
always a treat.
Tough.
Tony's
Oh, yeah.
is gonna be about 10 minutes.
Listen to this little Filipino man that can barely speak English.
Whoa.
That one.
Marriage. So, then at the venue, that place was really cool. But her parents, her dad, before in the early stages of the planning the whole thing, was like, "Listen, I've got the numbers together. I will just give you guys like 30 grand
Yeah, to not have one.
just to elope or have a small little ceremony, and you can keep that money to start your life off together." And I was like, "Yes, done, done. How are we not doing this?" And she would not go for it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's their
come
day, Todd.
I know,
It's
I know.
their day.
And you got to respect it. They dream of that their entire life since they're little girls.
See, my fiance keeps saying I didn't dream about this. Like
Oh, really?
Oh, that's a lie.
I don't think so. Like I think that's why we get along.
Fair enough.
But,
Especially
like,
if Kilroy's is
Still
in the-
wants to have a party because she loves throwing parties.
Sure.
Can I throw some options out here?
Yeah, I'd love to. I love to hear Zito options.
Let's go to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Let's just do it in Rivers.
Casino?
Yeah.
There is a casino around here that has it too that we're thinking about maybe
A
possibly.
casino would be
go.
a big wedding.
I mean, and it's very fitting for both of us.
And do it like at the
both
craps
love,
table.
We both love to gamble.
Yeah. And then you guys shoot 1 dice.
And if it's a 7, we just get divorced right
Yeah.
there.
Lead up to chance.
There it is. I mean, so yeah, that was my weekend.
Oh, that's a lot, man.
I mean, we were drinking the entire day while doing it, so
Yeah.
might as well. I mean,
You gotta to get through all that stuff.
They got
How
married
many-
yesterday, actually.
thought
said,
about it.
"Fuck it."
I said at one point I was like, I'll go to the courthouse this week, and then we just have like we have a party or something.
What
Pop
are you
a bottle
doing?
of champagne.
You just walk in there?
Courthouse?
Yeah, and
I
then they
think
just
so.
give it to you?
I think so.
You dress up a little
Yeah,
bit. I
judge
think.
bangs a hammer, bang, you're married. Go
So
bang.
wait, you're saying if you're not dressed up, you can't get married at the courthouse?
I think that there
gonna
is a
be
dress
tough.
code in the courthouse that you have to have a
Really?
shirt and shoes on. Yeah, I'm pretty
Shirt.
sure.
Oh,
and
it's like a
shoes.
McDonald's.
Yeah, like a
There's
McDonald's.
no shoes, no marriage. But is the wedding going to be at the same place as the
Yeah,
reception or
yeah.
two different places?
Same place.
Smart
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
yeah, because we don't. I mean, she's Catholic. I'm. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Agnostic.
Is
You
that
are.
which one's that?
You just.
I just
you're
don't know.
withholding. You're withholding.
Yeah,
You're
See,
not
I
committing
believe
anything.
that there's something, but I just don't know what it is.
I think you believe in the terrible towel.
I do believe in the terrible doll.
we should start our own church.
We could.
The Church of Something. We just
There's-
call it the Church of Something.
I mean,
there's
that's
something.
There's
there.
something.
We don't know
This
exactly
whole
what it
fucking this
is.
whole shit started somehow.
Yeah. I
Along
like
with
that.
like I believe in science, Big
Yeah.
Bang, but also maybe something more than science.
Kapow.
Like a
We'll call it
massive alien.
Kapow. What was the one?
a life force, an
what was the
energy.
one?
The Force.
Oh, I don't remember.
The Force, yeah. The Force might be more along the lines of your deity than anything else that's ever been described
Than
in
a
literature.
book.
What are we talking about? The Force.
I'm all in on
Like-
Star
like
Wars.
Star
Like
Wars.
the Force.
I'm all
I've
in.
never
seen
seen
Star
Star Wars.
You've never seen Star Wars?
No.
Oh,
Choke 'em, Zeke.
Seems like I should though.
so the Force is this thing, this energy that kind of ties everyone and everything in the universe together.
It's like the tree of life.
There's a harmony there. that-
Like Avatar.
yeah,
Like
and
Awa.
And the Jedi are able to tap into it
and they
really
can use
believe
it.
versus other people.
they use it for
and use
good.
it to their advantage.
like
There's
Diesel.
a dark side.
You
to
gotta
it.
watch Star
The
Wars.
Sith
Maul?
use it.
Yes.
Maul.
Or
Darth
evil.
Maul.
Yeah.
Because Maul equals bad in Spanish.
Very powerful force can corrupt
Oh,
you.
I just put that
Yes.
together.
You Spanish speaking Zito just put together that.
I thought it was Star Wars language. Didn't think they were using Spanish.
It's like anything else. With power absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's what happened to Anakin.
And
Oh,
only
yeah.
a Sith
Yeah.
deals in absolutes. So
Yeah, he became Darth
There's that.
Vader.
So we might see it again in this
Absolute
next movie.
zero is tough to find. Math.
You have got to be kidding.
It's my exact words. Every single time that I have a bad beat or lose a bet, It's just not a good feeling.
Nope.
You don't have to have that feeling though, Todd.
No, you don't. You don't.
Do you want to become a better sports bettor so you don't have that feeling?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to be informed about each week's matchups and see where people smarter than you are putting their money and why?
Affirmative.
Then you need to download the Action Network app right now.
Do it.
I use it every day to track all my bets and the bets of those I follow every weekend. All my bets tracked in one easy place, and I never lose track of my record. I can track my record by last 7 days, last 30 days, all time, and by each sport, so you know what to do, where to do it, when to do it. Their win probability is second to none. They have all the real-time odds and lines, and the best part is I have instant access to all the data and expert analysis I could ever want.
Let's go. Wow.
The Action Network has the best sports betting analysis anywhere, and their analysts make picks, which is awesome if you're looking to just tail someone who knows what they're talking about and knows which data points are important and which ones are not. I also go there to get real insights from data-driven, contrarian sports bettors and learn how they operate. I mean, what more? What more do we want?
What more do you want?
They're giving you the key to Green Dot City, baby. So let's go. Download the Action Network app and join a weekly NFL pick'em pool for a chance to win $2,000 using links getaction.app/Todd or getaction.app/Diggs or /Raldsy or /Bubblegum Pino or /Pat or /Boston Connor. Follow us all. Follow our Action, manage your own, and become a more educated bettor with the Action Network app today.
What else would the Church of Something be about? How would a service go? It's more like a cocktail hour.
Yeah, it's definitely more like a cocktail.
Yeah.
And like
a
at the
brunch.
beginning, I think there's just a toast like, we're here for these two.
Yeah.
Welcome.
They're rolling the dice.
Uh-huh.
And then
Kind of how you run.
and
the
then it
weddings.
just rolls into the
Yeah.
Until you at the craps table.
Let me spit this out here. I don't know if this is a good podcast or not either.
I think it's good.
We're thinking about not doing dinner. We're just thinking about doing hors d'oeuvres. Like,
BYOB.
Finger food's the way to go.
the entire time.
Yeah, I've been to several where it's just like finger food, and it's way. I did that at my second one.
Because it also promotes more partying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, and if you're not serving me like prime rib or a steak,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Well, the food is also
Yeah,
always
exactly.
trashed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
It's so bland usually because catered food.
Glad we're on the same
Tough
page.
to
Mark.
see.
I'm bringing
Season.
Portillo's for you.
Huh?
I'm bringing Portillo's for
Oh,
everybody.
Z, you're the best.
Come on.
Cheese fountain.
Meatballs. You gotta have some Swedish meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
The last wedding I went to, they had lasagna and spaghetti.
Oh,
for their
Italian.
meal.
It's cheap.
Well, it's
From what I'm
great.
learning, it's
Spaghetti's
cheap.
a bad move.
It's great until you're wearing dress clothes
Yeah.
and you're getting meat sauce all over
Don't
you.
be a
Exactly.
What do you eat?
I mean-
like a slob?
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean-
have
Oh, yeah,
some
fucking
respect for
Todd
yourself
raised me.
and your
What do you
clothes.
expect?
Your dad's this Irish cop comedian who's never had a fucking plate of real spaghetti in his
Spaghetti's
life.
tough to eat without splattering on there. When you suck in the noodle and it does the flap at the end.
Well, you need a spoon. Do
Kick
you eat it
sauce.
with a spoon
Yeah,
and
you
a
gotta-
fork?
Yeah, I put it on the spoon.
You don't
Yeah,
get a
there you go.
spoon with your spaghetti here in Indiana.
No, you better. Yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah.
This fucking place got fucking gabagool.
Savages.
I think finger food's the way to go.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
at the
me too.
Church of Something, I think Sunday service is basically a brunch. There's a Bloody Mary bar.
Yes.
Right?
Sounds like
There's a
the church
mimosa
of
bar.
something is big into alcohol.
Yeah.
You had screwdrivers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
screwdrivers.
Yeah, because
We've
not
talked
enough
about
places
it.
have
We've
those.
talked about
Zito bombs?
the issue of the lack of screwdrivers
Good
when
Zito
you have
bombs.
bottomless.
Yeah.
What's a Zito bomb?
It's basically a screwdriver.
Okay,
But you just take a shot of it.
so it's vodka and orange juice in a shot glass.
No, which one's tequila? Sunrise.
Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those were delicious back.
They're good.
Still are.
I think you got to add something of your own to
I
make
thought
it
they.
unique.
I didn't know if
to
they
make it a
retired them or
Zito.
not.
I don't know. What's something I can add to it?
What?
Hot dog juice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Have you ever had hot dog juice?
Nick's a
Delicious.
Nick's a big pickleback guy.
I love picklebacks.
I hate them.
They're delicious.
Picklebacks
A pickleback-
are atrocious.
Is so good. It kills any of the that
does.
you just took in. You know what I mean? It
Yeah, but
just-
then it's gross pickle juice.
No, it's good for your
Pickles
spleen.
are good.
my grandpa used to drink pickle juice from the jar.
Oh, yeah.
Your grandpa was an idiot.
Whoa.
I 100% still drink pickle juice from the jar.
You're an idiot.
I love pickle juice.
See, I would rather instead of doing the pickle juice, is maybe they had like 3 or 4 pickles that you could eat, or one big pickle.
One
Yeah.
big pickle, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Let's get like a Jimmy John's pickle with every shot.
Yes,
That's a great move. Actually, I don't know why people haven't thought about that before.
'Cause
Just give
people
me
are dumb,
Give me a
Todd.
pickle spear. I'll just take a big bite
Take
of
a
it
big
after my
bite,
shot.
I used to be addicted to pickles, but like when I was a child, I would just run to the fridge.
Oh, me too.
Grab a couple.
Yeah. Bailey almost died on a pickle.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what?
Really?
Took
Deep
a bite
throated.
of a pickle when he was maybe 1.5, and no air coming out. He sucked it right down his windpipe, and I grabbed him up. I had just taken infants
CPR?
first aid and CPR. Well, luckily, so
Wow.
we practiced picking up the baby, and you lay the baby like
Head down.
stomach down
Yeah.
on your forearm, whatever, and you give it the boom, the back pop between the shoulder blades. So I did that, and that pickle bite went boom all the way across the room, and he was like,
Old fucking Dilly McComas.
"Yes."
And you still eat them after they tried to kill you?
Yeah, I mean, if you give in, you're weak.
Yeah.
Listen,
to
you know how many
confront
times
your
I've had to I poorly chewed my steak and it half of it went down my throat.
It's the worst.
And then you have to reach in as far as you can and pull it all out. I didn't stop eating steak, my friend.
I think
I
I'm
mean-
going to die that way. I really think I'm going to die just choking on food. I just feel like,
worst.
because it's the dumbest possible way to die. That's what'll happen. All the things I've done, as close as I've been to death before in heroic ways, I'm going to die on a piece of fucking steak.
That's the way to go.
Restaurant at some Golden Corral, probably. Not even a real restaurant.
Hey, I'm eating here.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think you're making good choices so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's about the guess.
And I'm way behind the Church of Something. If we could get that started immediately,
Big
because
time.
it's a tax-free business,
It is a tax-free business.
as we know.
Fucking, who do we need, Nick? What's his name? Uncle Billy.
Oh, Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
Freeman.
Baby
Who's
Billy
that?
Freeman.
Baby Billy.
Have you not seen
From the Righteous
Righteous
Gemstones?
Gemstones?
Oh, yeah.
He's electric.
Baby Billy.
That'd be a good
is-
preacher, yeah.
You would be the preacher?
No, he'd be a good preacher.
Oh, yeah. He's the face of the Church of Something.
Yes. He's perfect for it. He's perfect for it. And the weird thing is, we're making fun of this like it's a comedy thing. It just really would work. If people had a place to go on Sunday and say they were at church and just have fun in the way we're describing,
Oh, yeah.
We
they
just have
would
enough-
come in by the thousands.
We just have 30, 40 TVs. They just all have NFL pregame on.
Yes.
You think this is what Jesus did when he was with his boys at that table?
I think
the
we
last
have,
dinner?
we have a bunch of tickers too. You probably gamble. You could gamble there
Dude,
too.
That would be. What if Jesus looks down at the Church of Something? He's like, "That's what I've been talking about." Why we got lost in translation? This is what I was talking about. This is church.
There's something.
Told you guys to drink the wine. You wouldn't drink the wine. We all would have better ideas.
Why did the wine become such a less pivotal thing in my church than it is? I think he would be for it.
There we are.
He was a 33-year-old dude, prime.
You could turn
He's
water
right
to
there.
wine. I
Wait
mean,
till-
come on.
Yeah.
Church of
I
Something.
would've been all for this.
Coming 2020.
Yeah.
Church of Something.
The Roaring Twenties.
Oh, dude,
Perfect
Super
for it.
pumped. Did you see that? Next year Halloween's on a Saturday. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas
start.
and New Year's are both on Friday evenings.
Ooh.
Cinco de Mayo is on a Taco Tuesday.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm leaving. Oh, 4th of July is on a Saturday.
The Roaring Twenties are off to a hot start.
Hot start, dude. It's like the church. It's like something. Whatever something is up there, knew that the Roaring Twenties is coming back, and that Saturday, all the holidays needed to be on perfect days.
I'll tell you what, though, that does suck for Cube Life folks.
No, it doesn't,
I think it does.
because some people have to go back the day after Christmas.
Oh, you take that day off, PTO.
yeah, I know that.
Easy equation.
But the
Tony
people
never
like
had one
me,
of you.
You don't get the
who was
choice.
out of PTO before. I mean, if you have PTO, if you are the type of human that still has PTO, 12 months into PTO, like in December,
You're doing it
you're a
wrong.
fucking insane human.
I get to work from home, so I got.
Well, yeah, go fuck
I could
yourself.
bank
But
it
like, if you lasted 11 months and didn't use all of your PTO by the time Christmas rolled around, because that's the last week of the year
Oh,
for
yeah.
PTO, you're a crazy person. But if Christmas is on Friday, so you have the Friday off, then some people, depending on your work, Thursday's the best day for it. Thursday's
Yes,
the best day.
absolutely.
Because then you have that day, and then Friday's you'll probably have
Even
that
if
off,
you have
and
to
then
go
you
back
roll
in on
into the
Friday,
fucking weekend.
it's a joke of a day.
Just like Black Friday's the biggest joke of work day. The fact that Black Friday isn't a national holiday by this point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Except for the people that
Oh,
work in
retail.
stores
Except for
where you have to
retail.
go get stuff from. I mean, the internet though.
Those
If you're
poor
if you're
souls.
buying retail at this point, what are you doing? You use the internet.
Paid time off is the best, dude. And then, like at state police, you would accumulate it.
Same.
Like when you would work over, they're just like, you want paid or you want to take it. You would earn that time off by time and a half rate. So if I
Ooh.
worked 8 hours over, it was 12 hours off.
Really?
Yeah, I just always had time. I never ran out of time because I worked so many
You
crazy hours.
fucking you union fucks.
I would just all the time. I would just be like, "Yeah, I'm not coming in for the next 2 days."
I don't know why that troubles me so much, but like when you call like a day off while you're undercover, like that blows my mind.
Yeah, crime doesn't stop, Todd.
Hey, you know how unreliable people in the drug game are. You are more realistic when they can't reach you by phone for 2 days.
You're right.
You're just like, "Oh, dude, my phone ran out of minutes." Had to do some
Yeah,
shit.
if you're the undercover guy's always answering your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's fucking got his shit together way too
this
much.
guy's on way too much of a regimented schedule to be a tweaker.
You talking about Halloween being on a Saturday next year? I went to a Halloween party last night.
It's too late.
Yeah, since
November.
It's too
Halloween
late.
fell on Thursday.
That would be
Everyone
weird.
did their parties,
Even
the
though this
weekend
weekend
before.
is closer to
Right.
Halloween.
Yeah.
right, but Halloween in November is fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, once it passed, I
Right.
feel like.
If you
and
dress
I
as a
get what
turkey,
they're
though.
saying on the
Even
time
Friday though, Friday's good. Even though it was November 1st, I think if you
Yeah,
still
yeah.
had a Halloween party on Friday because
November 2nd
Yeah.
is essentially
can't do it.
a year late.
Can't
Can't
do it.
fucking do it.
Yeah.
Won't do it.
I would have told him I'm not coming to your stupid late Halloween party.
I'll come, but I'm not calling it a Halloween party.
I would
ain't
have
dressing
came.
up.
I would have
I
came
ain't
as a
dressing
fucking.
up.
I would have either came as Santa or Turkey because that's what season we're in.
How did it go?
It was an absolute shit show.
Really
Nice.
It was. I think everyone was. They saved up all their partying through the Halloween weekend that everyone spent the weekend before.
Yeah.
And Halloween, and then came to this party expecting it to be huge, and it was just the absolute drunkest, messiest thing you could have ever seen.
Love, those.
Love a
Those
good
are
shit
the
show.
best.
They banked their
And I was just sitting in the
PTO.
corner like, oh, this is gonna be terrible.
I think trick or treating's dying. I didn't see one fucking kid.
We
in
had,
my
like-
I didn't get
we had,
one
like-
knock
Well,
on
it's
the
the
door.
new things they got to do.
Well,
now.
no
They
one's
gotta
gonna
go
show
parking
up at
lots.
the pub.
What? Cleaned up the front.
Think some fucking parents would be like, "Well, go check out that house." Not a fucking chance, dude.
house. No,
Go look at
son,
that
that
house
is
with
a
the,
condemned crack house.
Whoa!
Let's go up to the house with the Bud Light flag hanging in the door.
Right.
And fucking pubcats on the stoop, like with how many diseases? Who
dying.
knows?
With,
He actually just went to the vet.
Pubcat is clean, okay?
Wait, pubcat went to the vet. It's lost all street cred, dude.
No, he had to.
It's got health insurance now.
Have you seen this cat lately? It's
No.
400 pounds.
Yeah, it's a big cat now.
Zeno treats.
Jesus. Yeah, I think they just have too many rules, so parents are giving up. Like they canceled
I think
in
it
a
was
lot of
canceled
neighborhoods because of the sleet.
Oh, it's too cold.
Well, that's how every Halloween was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
was freezing ass cold.
Or
Blizzard 93.
Yeah.
We were walking up hills both ways, no shoes, no winter jacket, and my Batman costume
You
freezing.
threw an extra Def Leopard sweatshirt on underneath
Yeah.
your costume. And you went out
I
there.
just put on a big down coat with the giant furry hood. I'm like, I'm Kurt Russell from The Thing. It was
Soft.
Yeah, it's
Soft
dying.
generation.
They might as well just do away with it. I think
Cancel Halloween.
Well, they're talking about
trick or treating.
I think they're
It's gone.
I've heard
Give it to the parents.
that they're talking about moving it just to like the last Saturday of each October.
Oh, they're in Easter style.
And like just
That's
saying,
all they gotta do.
Saying fuck you to the 31st, even though I believe it's like a religious thing.
Yeah.
But
Pagan holiday.
here we are at the Church of something. We could have it just on every last
What is
Saturday.
it? Not
they
the
can-
witches?
Did you say it was a pagan holiday?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
Like
origins.
the biker gang?
The pagans.
I wouldn't even know what you're referencing with the biker game.
There's a pagan.
The Mayans?
Pagans. No, they're the pagans. It's a biker game.
Oh, thank you.
It's an outlaw motorcycle club.
I was like, Billy's putting me in a fucking body bag right now.
But it needs to be a subset holiday or the secondary holiday off of Halloween, just trick or treat day or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And it's just always the last Saturday of October.
Sure.
And that's when you have your parties, too. So we don't
Yeah.
run into this disaster where it's November 2nd and you're still throwing Halloween parties.
I love it. That's what they need to
Church
do.
of something just figured that out.
Thank
we
you,
are.
Church of something.
Church of something is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We just did more than most other churches do in 100 years.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah. And we'll make some fat cash, too,
Oh yeah.
I think.
Fucking pass that plate around, Z.
If you start Googling Church of and if fudge comes up, you guys are fucked.
Church of Fudge.
You ever seen Church of Fudge?
No.
No.
It's like Two Girls, One Cup, but like worse.
Okay.
It's just a whole church that just worships
Just
by shitting
In each other's mouths.
on each other during sex.
And you're gonna say this church is gonna take down the church
No,
of
I'm
something?
I'm just saying, like, if people start Googling Church of something, Church of Fudge is gonna pop
You
up
think
first.
no one's ever Google searched Church of before?
No way.
In Indianapolis, we have the Church of Cannabis, and it's a
Oh.
real church.
Really?
I need to look into it. I actually
we
know
do.
somebody he's a retired cop who has an awesome story anyway, but he is a member of the Church of Cannabis. Would love to talk to him about.
It's not even legal.
I would
here.
love to talk to him about
Well,
that.
that's the point.
It's more of a philosophy too. I think it's like a life philosophy.
You make a
It
church out
actually
of it.
sounds pretty fun.
And then you can bypass the
Yeah.
civilian laws.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Separation of church and state.
So you could do the church of cannabis and just.
Kanye just made a church and he saved himself like $70 million in taxes.
I mean, that's just good business.
The Amish don't have to pay taxes.
yeah.
The Amish don't only have to go to school up to a certain age. I mean, there's laws
What are
that
we
they
doing
surpass.
What is CFO Phil doing here?
I don't
How is
know.
this not a
Behind.
church yet?
We need to get this moving. The Church of something.
Church of the Brand.
We're on to something.
Just this building.
Yeah. This could be the Mecca, the place
The
of
Vatican
worship,
City, if you will.
People travel for miles and miles and miles.
to worship at the church of something.
Are we gonna do cross logo?
No, that's taken.
No, probably a question mark. It's probably a big question.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Great
I think
idea.
that's the church of something.
I was thinking like a
Yeah.
martini glass for some reason.
Yeah. Champagne flute.
But question mark is great.
It's a big question mark hanging from a necklace.
Oh,
Everyone looks like the Riddler walking around.
he is,
Riddle
our,
me this,
he is our fucking god, dude.
Jim Carrey.
And the truth shall set you free.
And it feels so good to be free. Free to do whatever you want. Not have any restrictions to go be here by this time, be here by this time, and order this and order that, because I can do it all from my phone at home on my couch with Postmates.
Freedom.
If you need red wine at 4 p.m., sushi at 9 p.m., a breakfast burrito at 8 a.m., Zeet, that's your go-to.
Yes,
Ibuprofen at 10 a.m., Postmate it. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever kind of delivery service all year round. Anything you're craving, they can deliver. They're on the largest on-demand network in the U.S. and offer delivery from all the restaurants, grocery, and convenience stores, plus traditional retailers you could possibly want or need. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, no days off. Postmates will bring you what you need within the hour. No more trips to the store. You don't even have to know where the store is. Postmates will deliver anything to you. Download the app for iOS or Android for free. Browse local restaurants and businesses and track your delivery in real time. Here's the best part. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app and use code HEARTLAND. That's code HEARTLAND for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it. Download Postmates and save with code HEARTLAND.
I like the idea of church of something because the something means that it's like deity neutral. You
We're
know
also
what I
not.
mean?
Yeah, we're not excluding any other churches. Like the Catholics, like they can't come at us because
No.
you guys could be right.
We're saying everybody could. be
Muslims, yeah, you guys could be right.
Right.
The Greeks, who I think might be right.
Yeah,
We're about something bigger.
but it could be a place where Catholics and Muslims worship together, and you know what I mean. Baptists,
Because they
and
believe in something
And
as well.
pagans.
Yeah, it's
for anybody.
Anyone who believes in something,
you can come there and worship. I think, man, we're going to change lives.
Yeah.
just don't push your religion too hard
That's
while
right.
you're in here.
No,
Yeah.
you only
Yeah.
refer to something. I'm here to worship something. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
If you're here to worship something, you're in. And drink your ass off at the Bloody Mary Screwdriver Bar. What kind of finger foods do we have? Wings.
Pigs in a blanket.
Definitely
Cool.
pigs in a blanket.
Love Zito's and blankets.
Definitely wingies. Definitely bacon wrapped scallops.
Nachos and
Nice.
cheese.
Maybe corn dog bites are a Eucharist. When we take communion,
Could you imagine?
we just pass them out on the tray.
That or
It's a little
pizza
corn
rolls. I'm all
No. We can't.
burn everyone's mouth.
We'd have so many lawsuits on our hands.
dog. Somebody's going to burn the roof
We'd
of
have
their
so
mouth.
many lawsuits on our hands.
Yeah, plus Diggs would put them in the microwave. Wouldn't cook them.
Yeah, they'd be soggy.
Soggy.
Soggy
Yeah,
snack
I
eating
would,
fuck.
That's gonna be on my fucking tombstone. Soggy snack eating fuck.
Oh, body of something. Blood of something. The blood of
ketchup.
something
You
is
just dip it in-
screwdriver, right? Screwdriver's the
Oh,
blood.
you think the blood is the ketchup for the corn dog?
Dunk it in.
No standing either. No mandatory standing.
No
Or
way.
kneeling.
You
Can
can
get real
sit, you
kneeling.
can
We're just gonna
stand.
have a like 70,
Lazy boys.
7,300 love sacks.
Oh,
Nice.
Love that.
Actually, that might be too hard to get up out of. Probably lazy boys.
Yeah, just recliners with cup holders.
No,
Coffee cup
no.
holders.
I mean, why do we pigeonhole our seats? Let's
Yeah.
just have a bunch of everything.
In my head too, I feel like it's the church is held like in a sports book.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
you
was
could have
thinking.
all the TVs up.
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
So you
you
can
could
watch the
I
game.
mean, there's no
Because-
reason to miss the game because of worship.
Well, no. I
Exactly.
mean, church is over at 11:30.
But we're making it longer.
Plenty of time
but
to go
we're
tailgate
drinking
and stuff
and we're
like
doing all
that.
the stuff.
But like, there's because you go to church doesn't mean that you can't go to the sports book and get your bets in.
Right.
That's true.
We might actually have live betting there.
FanDuel will probably help us out with that.
Yeah,
True.
we get FanDuel in there. So during service, you can put in your bets.
Sportsbook.fanduel.com/McAfee.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I think we're really onto something. I don't think anyone can stop us either. No. The government will try to stop us.
What do you mean?
But I don't think they can.
They got
There's
bigger
too many
fish.
loopholes.
They got bigger fish to fry.
If the Church of Scientology can get off the ground and become a superpower, the Church of something, because we're benevolent.
We letting those
We're not-
weirdos in?
Who was that?
Scientologists.
No,
No.
because I don't think there's. I don't think they
don't-
worship something.
They don't worship something. I think they worship
Tom Brady. No.
themselves.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks?
just that one guy.
Do they worship
whoa,
something?
whoa.
Cruise.
Don't
Tom
you dare
Cruise.
slander Tom Hanks like that.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is a saint.
Yeah.
Wilson.
By the way, I don't know why. The and this is blasphemy for me to say this.
Yeah.
From where I'm from. The Fred Rogers movie, the trailer, it weirds me out.
It does, and
I think the whole movie is gonna weird me the fuck out.
if I watched that trailer, if I didn't know better, I would say, "Oh, they're about to reveal that he was a pedophile."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get that vibe as well.
on.
I know,
But he's
I get-
obviously not. He was legitimately
You're the
like
best
the
man ever.
nicest man on the planet.
Yes.
Who did more for other people than any other person.
But like
ever
when
has.
those kids in Pittsburgh are singing to him on the train, it's just weird.
But didn't you? If you didn't know this real story of Fred Rogers and you watched that trailer, you're like, "Oh, he's gonna smack a kid over the head and pull him in a van."
Listen,
Yeah.
I can confidently say I'm the most cynical person in this room, and I watched that trailer, and there was a tinge of that, like, oh boy, something bad's gonna come up. But you look, all documented research on the
Oh
guy.
yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. No,
He's
no,
a
no.
Spotless
saint.
record.
None of us.
He is
Let's
a
make it
saint.
clear. None of us here are saying
No,
Yeah, none of us.
we know better. But the trailer, for some reason, has that tone.
But it was released so close to Joker. I think
It might
Joker
be.
is kind of
Oh,
playing a little
could
part
be.
in there.
It's tough
Yeah.
to be an old white man in a cardigan. It really is.
It is. And being nice to little kids. We're so trained nowadays not to
think the
trust that
opposite.
person because that person is trying to pull something.
Yeah, unless the kid is in your family, you shouldn't talk to him.
No. But he did, and he was this awesome person. It's going to be a good movie, I think.
Well, back in his day, you were allowed to talk to kids.
Yeah, probably.
It's a
Sort of.
beautiful
They didn't
day.
know better.
In the neighborhood.
Everybody stayed quiet back then. Not in his case. I'm just saying in other cases.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Spotlight. I mean, come on.
Sure.
Was he really a sniper? Was that fake?
That was fake.
Tatted up?
No tats.
He did serve in the military, though, or did not?
I don't know about that.
I feel like you had to.
I
Always
thought he was a
confused.
chef.
At his age, you had to.
You might, yeah. Could be.
So his movie's going to tell us a lot about him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big reveal.
I mean, Tom's going to play it out of his mind. Oh,
There's going to be a flashback scene where there's just bombs going off around it.
It's like Saving Private Ryan.
So why do you do what you do?
I feel like he got very rich. Did he not, Mr. Rogers?
Had to have.
you know,
Syndication.
I don't know. It's PBS.
Yeah, it was
It's
PBS.
syndicated, but
But he
it's
put PBS
so-
on the fucking map.
True.
Yeah.
Are they dead?
He really did.
PBS.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I think
Probably.
They still
I
have a
would
bunch
say
of
they're
kid shows.
dead.
I think they're just like hanging on by a thread.
They
It's all
died when
public
they got
funding,
rid
right?
of
So-
Yeah.
Dragon Tales.
No,
It-
Sesame Street, right? They lost Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Where did they
HBO.
go? Where did
HBO.
HBO has Sesame
Bottom
Street?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's happening, right? These streaming platforms are
just-
if they're not dead, they're.
You mean
on
Channel
the-
13 doesn't have
brink of
Sesame
death.
Street?
They might have old episodes, but like the new episodes are on HBO, I believe.
Yeah, I
on
think
Sunday
you're right.
mornings or something. Yeah.
How are they still having new episodes? Big Bird's not dead yet?
Oh, the guy's immortal.
He has a big bird. It lives forever.
He's a Pokemon.
It's like Batman. The symbol and the costume is bigger than the person. You're right.
Oh,
There's no symbol on it.
it's a great analogy.
Are you trying to say that Big Bird's a costume?
I'm trying to say that
It's a
Big
symbol.
Bird is an icon.
Yes,
Okay.
an American, well, an international icon.
Remember Dave Chappelle just shitting on Sesame Street?
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Well, then there was those people who were coming at it because Bert and Ernie were fucking each other. Like, taking it to
yeah.
everybody.
Was it? Didn't Morgan Freeman start on Sesame Street?
Yeah, he was Oscar the Grouch.
Google that. I think it's
Yeah,
either that
someone
or
Google
Electric
that.
Company, one of the two. But I think it was Sesame Street when he was really young. He was a figure on that show.
Morgan Freeman has appeared in the Electric Company role Easy Reader on Sesame Street, episode
Easy
637.
Rider.
So I think he was a member of Electric Company, which
Yeah.
is a show that would come on before Sesame Street, and then he bled over because they're like, this guy's bigger. He's bigger than Electric Company. We need to get him a spot on
Wait, there were humans on
Sesame Street.
Yeah, humans come on all the time.
The mailman?
There used to be a lot of like celebrity cameos on there.
Huh.
And but Electric Company was the dumbest show ever produced, I think. But it had Spider-Man on there.
Okay.
So I used to watch it just for Spider-Man, but it was like education-based Spider-Man. It was so bad.
Come
So
on.
bad. But it was still Spider-Man, so I would watch it.
You and your dumb grandpa while he was drinking his stupid
Oh,
pickle
come
juice.
on.
That's what happens when you have 4 channels. You're just starving for any glimpse of Spider-Man. My grandpa used to have it, speaking of it, but had this giant antenna. You ever see those on top of a house, like a tower?
Yeah.
And there's a little knob on top of your TV, and you would just turn it left to right and would rotate the antenna. So you would turn it like 3 clicks, and then you would hear kerkunk, 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 and it was the actual antenna like rotating.
Those things are only good for one thing, and that's going through car windshields in 48 hours.
So that's how you change your channel?
Yeah. No, it's how you would get reception.
Oh.
So you would turn to what you knew what the channels were. There was only 4.
I thought it was like you go north, you get like PBS. If you go east, you
No,
get,
no. It's you got to follow the North Star.
Yeah, people got fancy and they would start marking on the dial like
What time of
channel
day?
6. So you would turn it that many clicks until the little line was on that mark you made,
Ooh.
and it would and move your antenna till you got the best reception.
Jeez.
It was rough.
You lived a
Can't
much
even
different
imagine.
life, my friend.
Yeah.
And you're only like 15 years older than me.
That's how fast things progress now. Used to back in the day, like 50 years didn't make that much
That's
difference
very
in the
generous of you,
technology.
Jakes.
How old are you? 30,
31.
I'm 17 years older than you.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Nick had a rub.
Come on, Nick. You didn't even do that.
I don't think he deserves the benefit of the doubt. Let's call it like it is.
But I like how fast things change now, because it is like that's a huge technological difference.
Massive.
In 17 years.
People
That
now, like
didn't happen
kids
before.
these days,
I have no idea.
you ask them to burn you a CD, they'd be like, "What are we doing? What are we talking
know.
about?"
Bring a lighter
Or even,
out.
or even talk about a CD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I passed a Karma record store yesterday, and I had no idea they still existed. They sell vinyl records, CDs, and cassette tapes.
Strictly to olds and hipsters.
Yeah.
It is, right? The people that go on eBay to buy like 8-track decks and shit like that. But you can have a store, like enough people keep those around that you can have a store that still thrives from it.
Every one of those has to be a drug front.
Has
There's
to be.
no
They
way
do
they
sell
make-
drug paraphernalia. In
Yeah.
it. I think maybe the pipes.
Get your
and,
jewels here.
and yeah.
Like the fact that kids these days don't have to worry about crashing the family computer by downloading porn on LimeWire or BearShare.
Destroying the hard drive with too much illegally downloaded music.
Wasn't that great though? When you could go, I used to eat BearShare up.
Oh yeah,
And I would just create my own disc. Like I coach baseball. I'd make my baseball, the pregame mix, on
Listen up,
BearShare. And
boys.
just burn it to a CD.
And, all right. So how did you guys pronounce the one that was Kazaa?
Kazaa.
Because, yeah.
See, I said Kaza.
Yeah, well, you're lazy.
Good. You know what?
Just destroying computers too, those programs.
Oh,
Just
dude, they fucking
destroying hard
ruined them.
drives.
I think the only one I remember was LimeWire.
Yeah, me
LimeWire.
too.
I don't
LimeWire,
know what the one
BearShare,
before
Kaza.
before LimeWire.
LimeWire-
Napster.
Napster was the original, and
That's what it was,
JT
yeah.
took it down. I'm pretty sure.
But LimeWire, BearShare, and Kazaa were like the AIDS of free music. You know what I mean? It was an epidemic. You just got everyone was infected.
The music industry hated, like obviously, right?
Hated
Like,
it.
Oh yeah.
for sure, and rightfully so. I mean, that's how they make their living.
Stealing their
You'd
music.
like go over to someone's house who had good internet. It would take like 6 minutes to download a song, or like at your house, it'd be like 13 hours for a song to download. Like, oh, Jesus, fuck.
Really
you
like
tomorrow.
that song though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got it on CD though. You got it anytime you wanted. It was life changing.
Well, also you had to burn it. You had to download a few of the songs because sometimes like they just weren't the right.
Shitty quality too.
Yeah.
It's kind of
guys-
like it's kind of like what we do now to stream movies.
Oh yeah, you wait, you wait. That streaming, the bootlegging business is about to take off here soon.
Yeah.
With all these streaming platforms,
I think it will.
someone's going to optimize that and give you crystal clear streams very soon.
Probably
Very
should be
easy
us.
to get.
Probably should be me and you. To be honest.
That's tough.
The Church of Something could probably put something together. I'm sure.
Oh,
Whoa,
Might be
no
able-
illegal activities.
No.
Fair enough.
This
Only
is
legal
clean,
practices.
legit business.
No, we're not gonna.
It's a safe place.
What, we're gonna be the only church running a clean operation?
Streams are in the basement. It's in the
Streams in the
basement.
basement. There you go.
You want to see the new Avengers movie?
Take your iPhone, plug it into the basement, and you can download any movie you want.
That would be incredible. What will they do? All right, so what will happen to where you can get like true HD quality bootleg cuts? It'll just be like you'll find a way to like connect to a server or something where the movie's
We'll have
actually sitting?
someone get in the cloud.
yeah.
You just break into
Cloud.
Yeah. Because they're all on there somewhere. They're streaming. obviously.
Usually the best
Netflix
time-
has them in a cloud storage
Yes.
thing.
They're they're all stored somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's true. Even the studios are
Yeah.
storing them somewhere because when they give the teasers or the screeners out, when they do so by like login,
Yeah, they're not hard
they're
copy
sitting on a
anymore.
cloud.
Yeah.
Well, the best time to get like illegal movies is like award season.
Correct, because that's when they're sending out the screeners.
Because studios get hacked every now and then,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then like people in China all of a sudden have their hands on like some Tom Cruise movie that's getting ready to release.
I think about the Thrones episodes. Some of those were getting released. What was that? 2 seasons ago. A
Really?
little early. Yeah.
Those
like,
strips though, right?
No, like the actual episodes.
I don't read the script. Script reads me.
I would. What if you got your hands on the pre-edited footage? So you had all the cuts, and then you edited it yourself.
I actually did.
That's the next
This
step.
happened to me.
That's
would
too
be
much work
awesome.
for us. Though.
What was the
Church of
Wolverine
Sunday wouldn't be
movie?
into that. It's too much work.
What was the Wolverine?
Logan?
Yeah, so
Great
when
movie.
basically his origin, I got the edited version before special effects. So it was like all these things where it was
How
just,
weird did that have to be?
Yeah, so like when the claws came out, it was just like
His hands.
Nothing.
yeah, and there was like green screen stuff.
Like he was on drugs and he was
Yeah.
picturing that there was claws.
That's crazy.
Because like the scene where it just became a cartoon, where like the helicopter when he brings it down.
Yeah.
No spoilers, obviously,
No spoilers.
but he brings the whole thing down. But it was a cartoon of that scene.
Hilarious.
Like
How
storyboard.
did you get that?
It was just like a random like where you go to like the flea market and they had like the DVDs there, and the guy had it, so he must have been the guy who did all the graphics for it.
All right, I should. All right, copyright. What if we got into the business of just filming scenes? Right, we film the scenes and then we make them available to people for like $3.99. You have access to download all the scenes and cut your own movie together.
Oh,
From
choose
the
your own
scenes we
adventure?
cut. Choose your own. We provide like 3 or 4 different endings, 3 or 4 different versions of each scene, and you cut it together however you want.
Didn't the Netflix do
Kind
that?
of. But
Did they?
that one
Bandersnatch?
stunk, dude. Bandersnatch stunk.
And there's a
Brutal.
big porn.
Well, that's
that does
you
that.
clicking, I want this instead of that. I mean, these people get free edit capability, so they can make it shorter. They could,
Make
they
it
could
longer?
quick cut something. They can make the scene extended.
It's a lot of work.
Boy, I like it.
I love that you said copyright,
might
copyright,
make-
copyright, because if you say copyright, the copyright god appears
Like Bloody
studio,
Mary.
in studio, and then it's like, all right, go. And like with a recorder, and then you're good.
Yeah. It's a safe way to
Him
do
and
it.
Beetlejuice.
Used to, they said you could copyright something by you type out your idea or whatever, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, mail it to yourself from a post office box or whatever. Then the idea is sealed forever in time because it has the postage stamp on it for when it passed through. And it proved that you have the idea first.
Who told you this? Your moron grandpa.
Oh come on!
You know what I think we should start doing? What I've been thinking about doing a lot lately, just to fuck with people, is going up to someone random, handing them $1. Be like, I need to tell someone something. Attorney-client privilege. Here's $1, and then tell them that like I murdered someone,
Oh,
and see what they do.
yeah.
I like that.
Well, they're not an
Be
attorney.
interesting.
No. If you hand anyone $1,
Well, they never will be either if they break that privilege.
Yeah, if you hand anyone $1, they have to keep that secret.
I don't think that's how it
That's
works.
definitely how attorney-client privilege.
You have to take the bar.
No.
But if you say you're my attorney,
Good
Yeah.
luck taking the bar after you break that privilege.
Yeah.
yep. Here's my first payment.
I think there's a loophole here. I don't
So like
it.
any homeless guy that you've ever given money to, you can tell him any secret, and he can't tell anybody.
Here's what is
Also,
weird.
no one listens to that person.
So you're allowed to represent yourself. You're allowed to be your own counsel in a court of law.
Okay.
But you're not allowed to be the counsel for someone else unless you are a certified
That's
attorney.
weird.
I don't know
You're right.
Well,
that should be the case.
I think it's like if you want to take your life into your own hands, be our guest.
right. But what if I want you to take my
Well, yeah.
life in your own hands?
Yeah, if I want you to represent, they shouldn't stop
I think
me.
they're saving you from yourself in a sense.
No, it's just big lawyer looking for more money.
That too.
Just big lawyer,
Fucking lawyer union.
big courthouse.
Those prison attorneys, like some of those guys get pretty sharp because they have so much time on their hands and they're like really smart dudes or women, and they just study the law the entire time that they're in there. And like some of them, they say are like, if they were regular attorneys, would be like the best in the game.
Huh.
But
But they can't.
What about court-appointed attorneys? How are they?
I don't think you can if you have a felony conviction. Is that true?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm
Makes
going to say
sense.
that's the case. But
Sure.
what were you saying? To?
How's the court-appointed attorneys normally?
Oh, usually shitty. Shitty. You get what you pay for. I think most of the time with them, like you go to some small communities, like they're your better attorneys in town. They're just doing it for side income. But I mean, how much do they give a shit? You
Like,
know what I mean?
what was the night of? Was that the show?
Yeah.
On HBO?
Yeah.
The ambulance chaser,
Yeah.
John
Oh, yeah.
Turturro.
Dude, that show was awesome. But that pretty much...
But you think about, all right, so you get some court-appointed attorney going against even some of these prosecutors are like legit, but some too. Now you look at some of these prosecutors that have to go against like the attorney from the staircase,
Yeah.
or F. Lee Bailey or any of those people. Like they don't stand a chance. We lost a big case to this high affluent attorney from Tennessee, and his first name was Bo. It was Bo something.
You knew you were fucked.
Yeah, and he had a bow tie. He wore a bow tie, and he was the
come on,
cliche,
cocky motherfucker.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and all that stuff. And he just cooked our case, like fucking beat everything. The guy totally walked. Yeah, so I don't know, but I don't. I think maybe if you, it's your own life. So if you wanted your buddy to represent you,
Yeah.
I think the government should have to let you do it.
Allow it, yeah.
Famous words of Bon Jovi. It's my life.
It's my life.
It's now or never.
You're right, dude.
Do what
I don't want to live forever.
Yeah.
All aboard!
All aboard! The fig train's coming. What's the fig train? Listen, I think there's something all of us can agree on. Nurses, doctors, dentists, and people who work in medicine and healthcare are pretty darn awesome.
Yep.
And all of us can think of a time when a medical professional helped us or a family member. These amazing people dedicate their lives to caring for and serving others. Shouldn't they wear scrubs that make them feel good?
Yeah.
We sure think so.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. I got my girlfriend, Marnie, who is a registered nurse, some scrubs. I actually let her pick out
How nice of
what
you.
she wanted
Very kind.
through figs. She got scrubs, and she got one of those undershirts, like the long sleeve
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
things that they wear underneath because it gets cold. I don't know.
Chilly.
She works in surgery. They keep the surgery
Yeah.
room very, very cold.
Good for organs.
Yeah, good for organs and all kinds of stuff. And she freezes, and she loves it. And they're so soft. She said she's never had anything like it. She's been a nurse for a very long time. Everybody she works with is now in love with figs.
Get on the figs.
I had to give out this code probably to 10 of her friends so far. I mean, they're all about it. They're,
That's just word
they're
of
the
mouth.
best looking. Like, they look so good. That's
Good
what
word of
grabs the
mouth.
eye. It's hard to find good-looking scrubs. When she walks in, they're like, man, I've never seen scrubs like that before.
Damn.
For years, nurses, doctors, dentists, and other awesome medical professionals were forced to wear scratchy, ill-fitting scrubs that didn't look good. They were ugly.
Gross.
They were uncomfortable.
Gross.
And they weren't designed with innovative technical properties to protect and hold life-saving tools. But now, Figs has changed the game. Every set of Figs is antimicrobial, which means it protects them from germs and bacteria. They're ridiculously soft, moisture-wicking, and it features four-way stretch. Figs are made with yoga waistbands. Oh! What? And come in a variety of styles from classic straight legs to joggers and skinny styles.
Joggies?
Joggies in the operating room. Nice. This has never happened before.
No, it hasn't.
So whether you're one of those awesome humans that works in healthcare or someone that wants to say thanks to these deserving folks, Figs is going to make that easy by providing you with 15% off your first purchase by using our code Heartland.
Nice.
That's code Heartland for 15% off. Get ready to love your scrubs. Head to wearfigs.com. That's WEARFIGS.com and enter promo code Heartland at checkout. I'm telling you, your doctor, your nurse, your medical professional is going to love you.
Even if you're
Give 'em
not.
some figs.
Even if you just have trouble starting conversations at the bar and you want to dress up like a doctor.
If you want to pretend to be a doctor, why not pretend to be the coolest looking doctor
Yeah.
that bar has ever seen? The new ABC song.
Oh, Jesus.
We got to
Christ.
talk about.
No.
Do we have
First
it?
of all,
Do we?
This might be the end of America.
Do we have it? Do you want me to?
This is the beginning of the
totally
end, at
bring it
least.
up. I don't even think this will be a copyright violation.
No, it's not gonna be a
real
copyright
thing.
violation.
I mean, this is the word. For people that don't know, there was a remix of the Alphabet song and the ABC song, and it's by the Dream English, the children's English teaching website, who thought that the LMNOP was disrespectful
To who?
To the letters L, M, N, O, and P.
So now
they thought they should give them equal billing in the song.
Bastard.
Totally
Are we-
redid it. They bastardized.
So we're now worried about the feelings of letters.
Of letters.
Listen,
It's the beginning.
I have most, if not all, of those letters in my name. Okay, I very much like the LMNOP part.
Me
It
too.
stood out. It was awesome.
They were the 5 coolest letters of the whole song because they're
Yeah.
working together there.
They were like the
LMNOP.
Power Rangers of the alphabet.
When you sang that song, you couldn't wait to get past K.
That was the part.
Yes.
Here it is. Here's
Play
the
it.
dumb version. Here.
Listen closely, Zeke.
Oh, bullshit. What? All right, fuck it. I want Z first.
That's even more atrocious. Now we're giving extra time and extra attention to the letters at the end.
Yeah.
Well, nobody uses those letters.
Those
I get
dramatic pauses before the V.
By the way, but if you listen, that thing in the background was pretty dope, though.
Yeah,
that beats-
Oh, it was a sick beat.
This one. That thing.
The xylophone.
All my ABCs get down together.
Let's go.
That's all I had.
You don't know nothing.
It would take
is
me-
November.
Oh!
I just don't think.
No, nothing.
I think I could spend the rest of my life trying to learn how this one is sung
Because it has no rhythm.
and not be able to do it.
Yeah. No. There's nothing to hang your head on.
Setting
There's no
kids up
hook.
for failure.
Yeah. It's a
I think the
complete
ABC
failure.
company were sitting there. We're like, we got to do something. We haven't done something in like
You gotta change the
the
game.
last 100
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
Luckily, Twitter lit these people on fire and burned that song
They were
to the
hemorrhaging
ground.
money for like the last 50 years.
You can't redo the ABC.
When do you
Can't.
think the original ABC song came out?
It came out, I actually know.
60s?
Nope, it came out in 1830.
So
1830.
before
Little off on
1830,
that.
how did they write the Constitution if there was no letters?
Very true, huh?
That was Constitution was in 1770.
It's correct, which is before the ABCs.
The alphabet came out.
So they would.
It was in Latin.
Oh, it was in Latin,
Yeah,
and then
heavy Latin
everything,
influence.
everything post 1830 has been translated.
Makes sense.
I loved Ricky Martin.
It's a good point, though.
Come alive!
Only the most educated people knew what letters were and how to use them until the ABC song came out. And then your average Joe just could do it through memorization because the hook was so strong.
Power to the people. ABC song.
It
I have
changed-
so much more
changed the world
respect
forever.
for George Washington now.
Because he had to learn to write without the ABC song?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I don't think he knew how to read or write.
What do you mean?
I
He
think
was
George,
a president.
And being a good speaker with
think
wood
you-
teeth.
Yeah.
It's tough.
They weren't wood teeth.
They're a
They
cherry.
were ivory.
No.
They were the teeth
Hold
of
on.
dead soldiers.
They're cherry seeds.
Excuse me.
They
Cherry
used to
seeds?
use teeth of dead soldiers
For what?
for
Oh,
you to get new dentures. They make dentures out of the teeth
Listen,
of
that's the
dead
price you got
soldiers.
to pay for good teeth back in the
Yeah.
How did they clean them?
You had to kill a whole
know.
company
Maybe
on
they
it.
didn't.
to get-
It was a different world back
Someone's job was to go out on the battlefield and just fuck with pliers.
Fucking
and just
ripping teeth.
then. Yeah. And they would sell them. They would make money because they would sell them to dentists.
Yeah.
So they would go across the dead with pliers. I think this was Civil War mostly. But they would pry the teeth out and put them in little bags, and you would go make money on the side. Some dentist working out of the back of his horse and wagon, buying teeth, putting together dentures.
What's his name?
That's a grind.
And Django had a big. He was a dentist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that guy
Yeah.
was using the teeth of dead
Did
soldiers.
they have to pull out their license to see if they were an organ donor
Dr.
before
King
they pulled their teeth?
teeth donor.
What was his name?
Dr. King Schultz
Yes, it was.
and his horse, Fritz.
Fritz. God, that was a good movie.
Great movie.
Good movie. Speaking of movie, we got a movie review to do. Let's get in some listener questions before that.
'Kay.
Got a couple doozies, a couple real good ones. today.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, dude.
New listener
That
question
from your
song.
phone forever.
Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Truth.
Question number one, Diggs.
Question number one, Todd. This comes from Superbad 589.
That's a
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good handle. Good
Hey.
username.
Hey, fellas. Question for the show. I just hit 17 years of active duty in the Air Force, so let's just.
Hey,
Super bad.
Thank you for your service. With Veterans Day coming up, I want to know if you were to join the military, which branch would you choose? Todd is free to choose a different branch of he wants to escape his jarhead cult. I think of was supposed to be if.
Okay. Makes sense. This is a great question.
Great question.
Easy.
We're all fans of the military. So we know a lot about them because we look into it and we've had guests and all that shit.
I think it's an easy question.
All right. So what service you picking?
Fucking Navy.
Yep.
Navy.
Top Gun.
Oh, you want to be a pilot?
Yeah.
Naval aviator.
Yeah.
They're the best. They're the best flyers.
They're the best of the best.
Because landing on the ship is like the hardest thing to do.
Because it
in
moves.
flying. Well, it's just such a short runway.
Sorry if I took that from you, dude.
No, it's all right. I was actually going to go with Air Force because I didn't want to land on the ship. Much rather just land
Using your noggin.
Plane flat.
Yeah, but can you buzz the tower?
Yeah, I mean,
Can't buzz it.
You can't buzz the tower
they
unless you're
definitely have
no.
towers.
Unless you're in the Navy, you can't buzz the tower unless you're in the Navy.
It's against the rules.
Well, yeah, I'd be a respectful pilot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
By the way, you can also be a Marine Corps pilot.
No, that doesn't.
No,
What's the
And land
difference?
on ships.
Well, they definitely don't buzz the tower.
Yeah.
What do they fly?
Cool jets and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, sounds like
exactly. But there's Marine Corps pilots. They train with the naval aviators. They're in some of them make Top Gun because we're part of the Navy.
Okay.
The bastard children of
Never
the
heard
Navy.
that
There you go.
before, but
It's the Department of the Navy,
okay.
Marines.
Plus, I think the Air Force, you get a step closer to NASA and becoming an astronaut.
Ooh, and Area
True.
51.
I got no
true.
interest in that.
You don't want to go to space?
Nah.
You're out of your mind.
Too many bad things happen up there.
You don't know that.
And here's a little tidbit.
I just watched Passengers. They were supposed to be asleep for like 130 years.
Yeah, what's his
Dude.
name?
They just had a plane orbiting the Earth for 2 years no one knew about.
What do you mean?
There was a secret
That's cool.
plane orbiting the Earth. It just landed. And it was like, oh, yeah, it was up there for 2 years, sustained flight.
Who's doing this?
I wonder what it was doing.
Oh, so now that NASA's not government regulated, they can just fly.
You know,
Secretly?
you know what it's doing? It's probably listening to every single telephone conversation that happens.
The plane.
And it's constantly recording it, and they have keyword tags. If somebody says the wrong thing,
You
it
think a
alerts,
satellite
they
could
send
do
the
that?
information back down to the government. Go find that person. He's planning to kill the president. He's planning to join ISIS.
You guys ever seen Passengers, by the way?
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Didn't realize that's the movie it was going to be.
No, Chris
How was
Pratt,
it?
right?
I
Never
yeah.
seen it.
It was disappointing.
Chris Pratt, right?
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah, it's a good movie.
I was
By the way,
disappointed.
that is what's her name?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence. That's her best looking movie.
Yeah,
She looks incredible. That movie.
No, for sure. Yeah, but I was disappointed in the movie.
Yeah,
overall.
didn't expect
a little
it.
weird.
Yeah, a little weird. But you go to space and you wake up way before you're supposed to. It's just a bad time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird.
It's going to be weird.
What service you picking? What
I'm
branch?
picking the Navy, but I want to drive the ship. I don't want to land on
cool
it.
job to be the captain.
I don't
You
wanna
think
leave
you
it.
could be a sea captain?
I think I could be a sea captain. Yeah, I think I could get the job done for sure.
They live very well. They eat like
Really?
lobster and shit.
See, I was just doing it because I mean, if you're the conductor of one of those massive ships,
Like a battleship or an aircraft carrier?
Conductor. It's not a train, pal. Okay? You're either an admiral or captain of the ship.
Look, if I'm an admiral of this ship, okay,
Admiral of a fleet.
the big ship, the aircraft carrier.
Okay.
yeah.
Connor be like the deadliest catch captain that's just ripping darts out of the cockpit.
Exactly. Sure would.
Bailey, what service?
I'd have to go the Air Force. It's about the only one that would take me after a bum knee and astigmatism. So
Well, I mean, if we're being completely honest, no one's taking us right now.
that's true.
yeah. But what job would you want in the Air Force?
So I would probably just be sitting behind one of the gigantic computer screens controlling something that's
There
way
it
too
is.
fucking
Drone-
nerdy.
drone
for everyone
pilot.
else. That's
Yeah,
true.
You would be a great
You're
drone
killing
pilot.
people from 7,000 miles away that you have no idea
Yep,
who they are.
exactly.
I mean, that's a cool job.
Angel,
I don't
great
care what
job.
they say about it. Being a drone pilot.
Angel of Death, Bailey.
Just press a button, blow a missile, walk
You
down the
was sitting
street
there
to in
eating
and out.
M&Ms, drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you look like
You're like a gamer. You,
look
just
like
have your whole gaming
Newman from
Joe Newman
Jurassic
ass.
Park.
Zito.
I was thinking maybe Army chef, part-time tank guy.
Oh.
Nice.
I like
tank
this
guy,
combination.
Yeah, so I could eat a lot, but then I'm in the tank. So-
Yeah.
Are you driving the tank or are you the
Oh
gunner?
yeah. Oh, I want to be the fucking missile guy.
Yeah.
the gunner.
I think you want to be the gunner for
Yeah.
sure.
Not the guy above.
Yeah.
I want to be like
The
You
guy
want
who
to
loads
operate
the
the
gun.
tank gun.
Yeah.
The guy
I
above
wanna be
gets
tank
picked off.
guy, yeah.
The
Picked
turret.
off
You're
all the time.
controlling
Yes.
the turret.
Exactly.
Firing
The main gun.
projectiles.
The
yeah.
main penis.
On the way. Yeah. You got to yell on the way.
On the way.
On the
That
way.
was kind of soft, but
Do
Well,
it.
I don't-
You have to do better.
On the way.
Because you're in the British Royal.
Well, it confuses the British. They think they're firing.
Nice.
I do predict a war with the Brits coming very soon. Nick, did you pick one?
Yeah. We had a debate about the Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
You called it stupid, even though we know you want to be an astronaut.
He wants to buzz towers.
Well, nothing against my beloved Corps, but I am not picking the Marines. After meeting the horse soldier guys, I'm absolutely going in the Army and doing everything I can do to become a Green Beret. Those guys are, because they're like the undercovers.
True.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're special forces, but they're more like undercover cops, kind of. They infiltrate.
You think you can learn different languages and stuff? Or?
That would be tough for me. The language thing would be a barrier.
What's the Marine Green Beret?
We don't
War
have
dogs?
that. We have special forces. We have Force Recon. They're kind of like Navy SEALs. Pretty much the equivalent.
I don't think there's any equivalent to the Green Beret in any other branch, though.
I don't think so. I think it's just the only one. It's
So
unique.
does every branch have a
What's the Air
special
Force's
force?
special unit?
They have it. It's the rescue pilots.
Pararescue.
Pararescue.
Yeah.
And they're badasses. But they're kind of like Coast Guard swimmers / also they'll fight with
the Guardian.
guns. They'll go in on they'll
So they're
land
awesome.
and rescue pilot. Yeah.
Those Coast
They're
Guard
awesome.
swimmers do not get enough credit.
Oh, dude. I had no idea that they. All right, so my military police school, we had a Marine detachment, just a small group of us on this Air Force base, Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. So their boot camp goes on there all around you. So it's all recruits, Air Force recruits, whatever. But there's also some specialist schools there, one of which was pararescue. And when you're a young Marine, you are brainwashed into thinking that you can naturally just beat up everyone else that's in the armed forces. Had no idea what pararescue was, whatever. All I knew is when they marched, they carried a big rope. They all had to hang on to this big rope, and they wore little berets. So we would make fun of them or whatever, not knowing that they were all Olympic-level swimmers and, like, badass ninjas. Like, they could have killed us anytime they wanted. Luckily, they're so badass, they just looked at us like we were stupid and didn't kill us. But we used to like try to pick fights with them and stuff all the time. And then afterward I get out and I'm like, they're like, what are you doing? Those guys are like, they're like SEALs. They're like Navy SEALs. They would have cracked your neck and left you dead in the pub. So anyway. Yeah, but Green Berets, I'm just fascinated with them now.
So the Army Rangers are more akin to the SEALs of the Navy than the Green Berets are?
Army Rangers are
like Marines,
kind of like Marines. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're more highly trained infantry than just regular infantrymen in the Army. So they're the closest thing to special forces like Delta Force or things like that.
The Rangers, I
extra-level
believe,
training.
in Black Hawk Down were pretty dope.
They're really dope. I mean, it's an advanced level of infantry. They're very highly trained.
Yes, I'm just trying to think of what the Navy has the SEALs, and that's like their...
That's their forefront special forces.
Yeah.
group.
Yes. So in the Army, what would it be?
I'd say the most
Delta?
prevalent.
Delta Force?
Yeah, it'd be Delta Force.
Yeah. Or Green Berets, I guess,
Yeah.
on some level. And then Marine Corps is Force Reconnaissance, Force Recon.
Yeah.
Air Force, Pararescue. Don't fuck with them. They'll grab you,
No titch.
jump into a pool with you, and drown you.
All while treading water.
Yeah. All right, question number 2.
Question number 2 comes from Kanan Blake,
Kanan.
I think. Hey guys, I have a question for you. If you had to go into witness protection and you could choose your new identity and background, what would it be?
I'll go first on this one. Small town pub owner. I want them to put me in a small town. I own this little sports pub.
That's pretty cool.
That's it. And, I live in obscurity. I have the same cast of regulars that come in there. It's basically Cheers, but more cool. Kind of like Cheers meets Boondock Saints.
Okay.
So they just
And,
like buy you a pub?
Yeah, the government has to buy me a pub because the information I have is very valuable. So they give me a little startup money, a little pub. Was that an explosion?
There is a massive military display going on right next door. There are like 2 giant artillery guns and a helicopter, and
What
it
the
sounds
fuck?
like they're
On the way!
I thought the roof was coming in.
That was scary to me. I was like, something bad is happening right now. Like we are under attack.
Red Dawn.
Yeah,
Red
past
Dawn.
the driving in, there are a ton of uniformed soldiers walking around the park right now, and 2 giant artillery cannons sitting out there.
That is awesome. We should be there watching.
Right after the conversation we had.
Yes,
about
Special Forces. I don't know if this.
You guys fucked up. Let's shell the building.
Let's see if this is picking up on mics.
It for sure is.
That is awesome sounding. How you guys hear?
This is like your Jurassic Park moment.
Oh yeah, it sounds like the T-Rex.
It really does.
Are you positive it's just a display?
I mean, these were massive guns.
What if we're
That they
being
are-
invaded?
I don't know if you can shoot blanks out of those things, but I assume that's what's happening.
Yeah, I bet
Just
it
a
is.
big old
I
black
think that's the
powder
beauty
round.
about being the Midwest. Like we would never be invaded first.
Yes.
You're damn right.
I think about that all the time.
Coast to coast. Like
That's
they,
pretty
it sucks
awesome.
to be them.
We're gonna have some time to prepare.
Yeah. And it'll have like Red Dawn when they went around and they like tracked all the guns, like the people that had bought guns from that store, and they would go to their house and raid them. You know,
Is that
after
what
they-
that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Like that's the hardest thing about infiltrating the Midwest, they say, is because we have so many guns.
Yeah.
That's the NRA has lobbied and continues to lobby, and it does not allow like a central database on
Right.
a computer of everyone who owns a gun.
There's a Red Dawn
There's a
movie?
huge article
Yeah.
that came out about this
Yeah.
not too long ago. Like every time a gun is purchased, it's like a handwritten receipt that is stored somewhere in I think Virginia or Maryland or something. There's like an office there
Like
that
Fort
they
Knox.
have. Yeah, and it's very not high tech. It's
No.
low key.
On
Purpose.
Like,
On purpose.
yes.
like the ATF can track the original purchase of any handgun once they find it by serial number, right? But that's only from the very first person to buy it from that store.
Yes.
And then after that, the chain ends. I sell it to you. I go to a gun show and I trade it, whatever. No transaction paperwork in most states, like in Indiana for sure.
What is the legal problem? Like if I trade you a gun, that's just like it's traded and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
How, you have to just submit paperwork at all?
Nope. Right now, I just buy your gun. I'm not required by law to. We're
I've
not
sold-
required by law to
I've-
have any paperwork.
I was in a money pinch one time, and I had an AR and I sold it to a dude I worked with.
Yeah.
And I just did a bill of sale
Yeah, for your own records,
just
it's a
for your
good
own
idea.
records,
Yeah.
but
But
no,
like-
You can go to like a gun broker
Yeah.
and do it that way.
Yeah,
no need to though.
But
you
like
don't
you
have
have
to.
the serial number, so if like there was a crime that happened with
yeah,
that
you
gun,
have the
Yeah.
bill of sale that proves that you sold it.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So-
but see the
For your own
NRA
records.
Yeah, that's a
the
very-
NRA, people like that. Now, maybe I'm making some assumptions for the NRA, but it's exactly like the movie Red Dawn. If we were to get infiltrated or something
Yeah.
by another entity or government, and the first thing they would do is like track down the guns. The Nazis did it, right? In some
Yep.
sense, it's like practice they would use.
Quick question though: does anyone have a lodge in the woods, just in case this ever happens?
We
I don't-
need a
I don't-
fallout
I don't think
shelter.
we should
We
ever
do need
air
one.
that
Need
on
a
the
bunker.
podcast
Yeah,
if we do.
let's not say that.
Todd, what was your
Scratch that.
what was your
Edit
name
that.
by the way?
My name.
Your witness protection name.
Oh, okay. So I like Mac. It's not far from what I am. Like if you call me Mac, I'm the
Glad
guy
they
who
like-
My
writes
name's
the-
Todd Mac.
So I think I used something ambiguous enough that you just could assume Mac is my name.
Oh, you have to change that too. You can't be "Here we go" anymore.
No,
Here
no.
we
I was like,
Us go. He's a freedom fighter, this guy. Todd Mack.
just Mac. And that's all people know. They're like, you know what? I don't even know his real name. We just call him Mac. I think that's what I do.
Okay. My name is Anthony Clearwater.
Tony Clearwater.
Tony Clearwater.
There's a jet.
I think that just dropped a bomb.
I hope that picked up. This is what it's like to live in Afghanistan or something if you're from that country.
They just
That
buzzed
might
the
be a little
tower.
worse.
Every now and then you get that and you're
Except
like,
for it's
oh,
real.
shit. Yeah.
Anthony Clearwater. I'm a retired CIA agent.
Oh, that's your cover? Your
Yeah.
I'm a secret government operative. I'm retired.
Retired CIA agent. And I want to be in somewhere near like Lake Tahoe. Just a beautiful area.
Oh, yeah. That's a good place.
Just a beautiful area.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, you get the best of both worlds. You get winter, mountains, summer, lake.
Would you like author some books, just make up some shit, become a New York Times bestseller
No.
on made up bullshit stories?
No, that's too much work. I'm retired for a reason.
So all you got to do is say I'm
So
not
no
allowed
one-
to talk about it. It's classified.
True, and no one expects me to go to work or anything like that, so I can just hang out all the time. I'm retired.
Yeah, I
you have to
assume-
go and work at the pub all the
They
time.
have a good pension for sure.
Yeah.
But I have to go work at the pub. But I feel like the first 2 years is pretty much covered, so I can relax that first 2 years and just kind of just drink and hang out. I don't have to worry about profits. Yeah, it comes in my monthly stipend.
Just drink yourself into the red.
Yeah. Connor.
I think I'd be a rancher in Montana.
I thought about that one.
Yeah.
See, I thought about
Go
that.
by, go by,
good
cow,
life.
go by Cowboy Jones.
Cowboy Jones.
Yeah, that's what people call me. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd be simple, cheap out there in Montana, nonetheless, and then you're outside in the wilderness, just getting it done every day.
Talk about work though. A lot of work.
A lot of work.
You like put up your own fence.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of like I think I fake a broken arm for the first couple of years, like you are basically.
I mean, let's be honest. You're gonna be at Boston Sand and Gravel.
Yeah, I mean the ranching lasts for a year, and then I'm back in Boston.
If that was Oregon Trails with a broken arm, you're dead.
I'm dead. Yeah, immediately.
Absolutely. Nick.
After being in Texas
Cowboy
recently,
Jones.
I
Like
fell in
motherfucker
love
Jones?
Yep.
with the state of Texas. So I'm moving to Texas, and my name is Arturo Anthony Ferramini, a.k.a. Tony Ferrari. And I'm opening up a chain of pizza and sub shops in the state of Texas.
Smart.
And you actually have pizza restaurant experience.
Yes.
So it's not that far-fetched.
No, it's
Or the
great.
Chuck E. Cheese.
People are gonna think you are a mob informant immediately as soon as you do that.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Tony Ferrari.
So I'm going to throw him off the scent. While we were in Texas, when we were watching Pat's game, we tried to order pizza. We went on DoorDash, and Chuck E. Cheese was an option. So we tried to order Chuck E. Cheese pizza. It did not get delivered.
That would have been delicious.
Great move.
There was some issue, but
Great move.
I wouldn't guess Texas as a big pizza place.
I don't think it is.
They have big pizzas, though.
well, as we learned from our Uber driver, though, Waco, Texas, great place to make money. There's lots of money to be made. Sold to us by our Uber driver, who is also a part-time forklift driver.
A lot of oil.
A lot of driving all day.
A lot of oil still in the ground.
I don't know. We asked him, well, how are you making all this money? And he said, I'll let you know when I figure it out. But there's a lot of money to be made, according to the Uber
Money to be
driver
made.
and forklift driver.
You get a text 3 years from now. I got it.
All right, Bailey.
I'm gonna be Jimmy Beam. He's a small town.
That's a fake name.
Fake name. He's a small town butcher shop owner in the middle of Utah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, his high school sweetheart crashed and wrecked on a windy road in their hometown, so he moved out just to get away from the memories.
Yeah. A little tragic backstory there.
I like this story.
It always plays. Jimmy Beam, butcher.
What did you just say there, Zane?
Murdered his wife.
I was singing Rosa Parks or Roses.
Rosa Parks by Outkast.
Zito, what's your cover story?
My name is Zeke Franklin. I am a long lost son of Benjamin Franklin, and I got all his riches that no one has.
Oh, one of his house girls, obviously.
Yeah.
On that side.
The story unfolds, but I'm a new millionaire.
Oh,
I can't believe you didn't go to Pittsburgh and use your Pittsburgh accent to blend in.
I was going to, but the riches were a little better. What was Benjamin? Oh, he was a Philadelphia guy.
You should have been Zeke Franklin Gates.
Yeah.
No. You lose all credibility if you have the Gates.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think.
I agree. Well, we're no longer under attack. It sounds like it's calmed down, so I think it's a good time to end this part of the episode and kick it into movie reviews. If you're not hanging around for movie reviews, thanks for hanging out this long. We love you. Keep spreading the word about the podcast. You're doing a great job. Things are growing a little bit, and we're very appreciative. Now it's time for Heartland Movie Reviews. I love that guitar riff. I love it. Today's movie is Dolemite Is My Name. It's a Netflix original about a comedian, Rudy Ray Moore, who created a flamboyant alter ego and became a blaxploitation legend in the 1970s. This is a true story, starring Eddie Murphy, Wesley Snipes, Keegan-Michael Key, Craig Robinson, Mike Epps, Divine Joy, Randolph, and Titus Burgess from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yep.
Very
Loved his role.
So let's get into it. This first part of the review contains 0 spoilers. You can watch this safely. We will not ruin the movie for you. We are going to rate it, as always, on a scale of 0 to 10 beers and simply let you know why without ruining the freaking movie for you. All right, Dick, start us off.
8.3 beers.
Strong rating.
Strong rating because it was a damn strong movie. It was casted out of the ass.
Yeah.
It was perfect casting. Wesley Snipes was unbelievable as his character.
Unbelievable.
Very, very, very funny. Obviously, I love true stories, and when they're done this well, it's just so easy for it to be an enjoyable movie. It was funny. It was insightful. I learned a lot. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea that this even existed. I just thought it was incredible. There was nothing bad to say about it, and I don't want to spoil anything right now. So
Yeah, but no, I think you're nailing it. Go on from there, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna actually even go higher. I mean,
Okay.
I've been pretty low on my scores, but I'm gonna go 8.8 beers.
Oh,
Tony touched on the casting. I mean, it starts off the opening is you get a guy right away with Snoop Dogg. Which
yeah,
I mean, I'm not
little cameo
immediately.
Love
So
there's a few of those.
They set the tone, and also I don't know what it is about movies in the '70s, but the way they dress was incredible. You know, they had the whole old school style going, and then of course the score. The score.
This should win an award. The soundtrack.
It should. I mean,
win an award.
Craig Robinson on his own had a couple songs.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean,
It's the best of '70s funk and R&B. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's just hit after hit after hit.
yeah, loved it. I absolutely loved it.
All right,
Start to finish.
8.8 beers. It's a strong score. Nick.
I'm going 8.0 beers.
Okay.
I thought it
Ooh,
was
flat.
entertaining, engaging, and informative. The casting was exceptional. Eddie Murphy was outstanding. He was constantly riffing and entertaining, but he also did some little serious, and you saw a little human side of it. He did that well of
Yeah.
Rudy Ray Moore there. Like the sex scene in particular was one that I thought was very interesting. Him not wanting to kind of do a serious there, and then the way they spin it is awesome.
Yeah.
So, I loved it. Great
Okay.
movie.
Great. Bailey.
I'm gonna give it 8.3 beers.
Okay.
I think this is a good movie that you can sit down and watch it and really enjoy it, or it's one you can have on in the background of like a party, or if you're cleaning for the day or whatever, and still enjoy it and get a good time out of it.
I think it's something that you can watch more than once too.
Yep.
Like I'll definitely watch it again.
I watched it twice, and I'm ready to watch it a third time.
Yep.
To be honest, it's one of those. I think it's certain movies. They're so strong because there's so much going on, so much great shit happening that you miss or you forget things.
Yeah.
And then you can watch them over and over and gain something new every time.
This is
one
something
of
I want to
those.
add. There's always something interesting about watching a movie that is about a movie being made.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
I
I don't
agree.
know, but it just appeals.
I think it's because naturally we're wrapped up in behind the scenes stuff
Yes.
anyway. Anytime you can watch Hollywood behind the scenes stuff, like Project Greenlight when that was on HBO for a long time, fascinating.
Tropic
so you get
Thunder.
a lot of it here. Yeah, Tropic Thunder, that was great.
Yeah.
All right, Zito.
I'm gonna go 8.4,
Okay.
and I would have given it higher if Bernie Mac was alive and he was in it.
You know what?
He
Good
would've been
point.
good.
He would have been very good.
He would have
sure.
been very
Well
good in
said,
this. Very good in this. I'm going to go
Come on, make it easy.
9.0. I'm going to give it the highest score, just a little bit higher than Connor. I loved everything about this, and I probably am rating it maybe a little higher than you guys because of my intense love for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to come back to regular movies so badly. I was tired of him as like the kid movie guy.
Because for Eddie Murphy, for us, that's who he was.
Yes, the Haunted Mansion and things like that.
Dr. Dolittle.
Dr. Dolittle.
Dr.
That's
Dolittle
what you
is
guys
my
know
Eddie
of
Murphy,
him.
yeah.
I know him from 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop and all these great movies. And it was great to see him back. And I think this is how he's finishing his career, too, according to everything he said.
Nice.
I loved everything about this movie. I love biographical movies that are based on a true story. I love period pieces. The 70s is a great period for film. And I love an underdog story. And this had all that.
Yep.
And it's so fast. I'm so fascinated by this black exploitation era of film because it piggybacked off of the whole Black Power movement, right? That was like in the 60s and early 70s, where it was finally like, this was the first time these black exploitation films were the first time that black people were the lead characters in a film. They weren't the sidekick or the villain like they were always casted before. And they took ownership. They were making their own movies. And I didn't know a lot about it. I learned a lot from watching this, like Diggs said, which was interesting to me. And I got to do so in like a funny manner. And the casting was so good because every single person they cast in this movie, you could tell they're big stars now in the present, but probably would have been even bigger stars if they were in the business in the 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they fit that era so perfectly. From top to bottom. Like Eddie Murphy would have been crazy big in the 70s, you know, just because of the way he is. And I loved a little bit about, there's this thing I always heard about in stand-up comedy called the Chitlin circuit. and it was like all black venues that started in the South, but it spread to the upper Midwest and the East Coast, where the all black venues where incredible black artists were performing in front of all black audiences because they couldn't get in the white mainstream venues. And you got to see kind of the tail end of that with Rudy Ray Moore hitting those clubs. So that was a cool thing to learn about. And I think more so I just loved it because I felt the significance of what Rudy Ray Moore did. I didn't know anything about Rudy Ray Moore, to be honest. I had always heard of the character Dolemite, but I didn't know anything about the real guy.
Yeah.
And they did such a good job with this movie. Rudy Ray Moore, like people like him and him specifically, changed things in film and for entertainment in general, because the reason why this stuff worked was because black audience in particular were craving stuff that was more raw. Right? They were used to seeing sanitized, censored bullshit movies.
They show that in the movie.
Yeah,
too.
and there's a scene where they represent that very well. So they were starving for that kind of entertainment. At the same time as it got popular in that community, young white people that were rebelling against their parents because they were tired of all that shit being fed to them from their parents' generation, they discovered it, and now it crossed over culturally and became a really big deal, and it changed things forever. Like other white comedians started doing that. White films started taking on this, using the same message. And I really felt while I was watching, I was like, man, I really feel the power of what happened with that guy and what he did.
Oh, yeah.
It was very good.
So
they did a very, very good job.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so let's dig a little deeper. We're going to give the score first. You got a calculator ready?
Yep.
Okay. Diggs gave it 8.3 beers. Connor gave it 8.8 beers. Nick gave it 8.0 beers. Bailey, 8.3 beers. Zito, 8.4 beers. Me, 9.0 beers.
8.5. That's my guess.
Zito's guess is 8.5.
8.46.
God!
Oh, you're getting really
no.
good.
Jeez.
Math good.
I would round that up.
Yeah, you round that up, right?
I think we
Oh,
round.
did you round me down?
No,
We round up.
we round up.
So this is going to be a solid 8.5 beers for Dolemite Is My Name. It's a Netflix original. You get to watch it for free if you have a
it's
Netflix
awesome.
account. We recommend you do so immediately. It is awesome. You'll want to watch it more than once. 8.5 beers, our highest score for a film yet. And it really deserves it. Let's give it up. Freddie Murphy, the entire cast, the people of Netflix, and Rudy Ray Moore. He's a legend.
Legend.
Part 2 of Heartland Movie Reviews on Dolemite Is My Name. We're taking a deep dive. Spoiler alert. We're going to spoil the hell out of Dolemite Is My Name right now. This is full of spoilers. If you don't want the movie spoiled, turn this off immediately. All right.
All aboard!
Diggs, let's dive deep. Open forum. Just anybody, fire away.
Fire.
Just the story of someone who was not good at comedy and then going and paying homeless dudes for their stories and then turning it into what it turned into is just an absurd thing.
Yeah.
Absurd and beautiful. Because you know what it was? He didn't create those stories, right? Those stories
jokes,
about Dolemite, this make-believe thing, just, black culture, street people were telling these stories back and forth. But there's certain people that just have an ear for, whoa, there's something to this. That could be something much bigger than it is. And the fact that he did and pursued it as hard as he did, incredible story.
Yeah, so cool. And especially because they start off by having him suck. You know,
Yes.
You get that first kind of experience with.
And the club owner does not like him.
And yeah, doesn't like him. Nobody really believes in him or anything. And then flip of a switch, you get Dolemite, and all of a sudden he's this massive character. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I love that story because he tried so hard. He just wasn't naturally good at it. But then when he takes on this character, he's really good at playing this character.
Overnight. Yeah.
Things change. And like the fact that it had levels to it, like he was successful as a comedian or whatever he was. More, I don't know. Yeah, he was a comedian, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's successful on the road. He's making money. He can help all his friends out and all that stuff. And he has that. And then he's not like, that doesn't satisfy him. Much more. It reminds me of Pat.
It does a lot. There are a lot of
Pat will love this movie.
inferences I guess you could make between the two stories of how you just constantly be told, no, you can't do this. No, you can't sell your comedy album. It's dirty. It's never going to play on mainstream. Oh, I'll just do it myself then. Oh, you can't make a movie. You don't have any money. You don't know how to make a movie. Ah, fuck it. I'll just do it myself then.
Yeah.
And then it works out for him. And unknowingly, he just so happens to basically inspire and create an entire genre of music with hip hop and rap, like through his comedy albums. And I didn't know that. And I've listened to rap my whole life, and I've always heard references to Dolemite, and I knew it was like this character in the 70s. But to hear the whole story and how he did it was incredibly inspiring and awesome.
I mean, I could go on and on.
I expected the
story,
homeless dude to show up another time during the movie and be like, "These are my stories."
Yeah.
That never happened.
I thought maybe he shows up and he gives the homeless guy a check
Some
or something
money,
from royalties.
I also thought Wesley Snipes was going to show up at the end for the premiere because when he left the movie and said, "I'll see you all at the premiere," and was like, "Oh, maybe there won't be a fucking premiere."
I know.
His character he played that so well.
Wesley Snipes is good, man.
Also, T.I. was in it.
T.I.
Yeah, great cameo by T.I.
Chris Rock.
Bob
Chris
Odenkirk.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking of a lot of names. Bob Odenkirk didn't particularly.
Is that Saul?
Yeah.
That's Better Call Saul.
And he fit perfectly
he was
in that time frame. Yeah.
I just didn't know his name. That's why I was confused.
Me neither.
Then I went through the whole movie and I was like, "Yep, that one was great."
The only white guy.
Chris Rock, really, seeing him.
He was
in there
late too.
Really cool.
Yeah, he was much later.
The sex scene was
The
hilarious.
sex scene was the funniest thing to me in the way that they just spun it in terms of, oh, yeah, he doesn't want to do this serious, but he'll change it without the writer or director knowing. They just brought out all these surprises, had the room shaking, and the explosions.
Pretty
Roof
good.
collapse.
Turned out
good
to
boobs.
be incredible. Great boobs.
I don't want to take away from this movie as it is, because I'm giving way more credit to the original story of Rudy Ray Moore, but I think that does give credit to this movie because they told it so well.
Yeah.
And that's their job, right?
You could fuck up you could fuck up really good stories like they did.
Yes.
Oh my god, with Gotti. Like Gotti's a great story. Yeah. They fucked up the movie.
Well, they did a great job of explaining why black exploitation films worked. So, like, to me, when I looked at, like, they used to get a bad rep at first, which I showed in the movie, because it's too over the top and the characters are too stereotypical. This is never going to work, but it still contained like something real. Like, black people were telling real stories from real life, like real things that happen in urban neighborhoods were used in the making of this film, so it was relatable, but then they exaggerated it by 1,000, and that's what comedy is, right? That's how you find, because everything is funny. Everything has humor in it, whether it's good, bad, tragic, or whatever. There's always funny within it, and the only way to show people what the funny part of it is to blow it up and exaggerate it and make it ridiculous almost. That's how you tell a joke, right? And that's what these films were doing. That's why they were so funny, but yet they hit a nerve with people because they were like, "Oh yeah, my uncle's like that, man." You know what I mean?
The exact embodiment of what you just described. There's a great scene in the movie where they blow up a car and it's Mike Epps' brother's actual car, and he's like, "Oh shit, you just blew up my brother's car," and then he has like a witty one-liner right after.
Yeah.
Oh well, all right.
Also, it's really cool at the end. They showed the actual scenes from the actual movies.
Yeah.
Which just made it even more realistic to how good they did in the movie.
Yeah. Because Rudy Ray Moore obviously was just a hilarious, incredibly ridiculous, and like genius person, all in one, which is incredible. But they were very close. Those scenes that they show from the real movies.
Yeah.
The kung fu was so bad, but like the fact that they just embrace it, like, it'd be funny. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm cool now. I am.
When Wesley Snipes is like, "Is there any angle that you could shoot this at that makes it look like he's actually doing kung fu?" And then the guy who was filming was like, "There is no angle exists." It was fucking great.
You know what it made me think of is Danny McBride's characters in Eastbound and Down, and every persona he takes on now in these great movies basically is the same idea. Like a person that takes himself too seriously, who's not really good at the things that he's taking
Just
seriously.
very out of touch.
Yeah. He's got to touch with reality. He's a ridiculous person.
I think it's actually going to be a movie that I like more the second time I watch.
Yeah,
I think you will. I think I do.
Pick up more things for sure.
Yeah. There's so many like little lines. Great movies have so many little lines along the way that you miss the first time. And so I'll probably watch it a third time. Anything else we need to add, or we're leaving out? I mean, obviously, we love the hell out of this movie. 8.5 beers is a very strong score.
Very strong.
Top to
Highest
bottom.
ever.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely. If I went to see this in a movie theater and paid top dollar,
You'd be
spend
fine.
$100 on the concessions or whatever,
Jesus.
I'm glad I went.
Yeah, me too.
I
for
go
sure.
all out. I popcorn it up.
And me not knowing
Candy.
how it ends too. Like I didn't know that
I go popcorn. But
they ended up being successful.
That's about it.
like, you know.
Yeah, actually, Tim McAfee looked up the real numbers on
100,000
it.
they spent on the movie.
Yep.
And they made like 12 million.
12
Yeah.
million.
Which
12
back in
million.
the day was absurd.
Off the first one, and then they ended
Yeah.
up franchising it basically through the studio that bought it.
Oh, okay.
So who knows how much money they made? Bottom
It
line,
says it at the end of the movie. They did like 6 or 7 more of them, something like that.
yeah, incredible,
Awesome story.
incredible. Now I want to get a hold of the actual movies and watch them.
See, I don't.
You don't think it'll ruin it?
Yeah, it's just there's something about it. I just can't do it.
It's like Foxy Brown was a blaxploitation character that had a series of films, and then that was basically kind of used as the premise for
Jackie Brown.
That's it.
Jackie Brown is the movie. Yeah, and it's kind of loosely based off the Foxy Brown films and all that stuff, and it had some of that charm built into it. So they live on forever. I'll probably watch a couple of them. But you're right. This may have been their making of that movie might be just so much better than.
Yeah. Well, just modern day.
It's hard to put yourself back in that feel this way people did back then when
Correct.
they watched it when it first came out. So anyway, go watch this movie. The best movie we've reviewed yet. Everyone will love it. If you don't like this movie, then you probably should just stop watching movies. I'll say it's that good. If you don't like this movie, probably movies aren't for you. All right? Get into something else. Stick with music. All right, Diggs, you were in charge of picking the movie for next week. What'd you pick?
We're going to go with The King.
Oh,
It's on Netflix.
heard a lot about it.
Wayward Prince Hal must turn from carouser to warrior king as he faces hostilites from inside and outside the castle walls in the battle for England. It has Joel Egerton, Robert Pattinson, Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Did I say his name right?
Chalamet.
Yeah, we got it. It's supposed
You
to be
get it.
supposed to be really good. The King on Netflix.
Yeah, I can't wait. All right, that's next week. Do your homework if you want to hang around for part 2. Take a deep dive with us. We're out.